What's going on, everyone? This is Corey here from Corey Loses on Corey Loses and GB Gaming. I'm here with Bane from GB Gaming and Star Trek Armada 3, as well as Draconis and Zurme, if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hello, this is Bane
Hello.
from GB Gaming. How you doing?
Hello.
And we're going to be playing some
may
Star
I
Trek
serve?
Armada 3. This is the Call to Arms version. It is not the new one that's coming up, but there will be some links in the description of, I'm sure,
may I
my video
serve?
and Bane's video. This is going to be going up on both channels if you want to see different perspectives to the mod as it is released now. And I'm sure there will be some
may I
information there
serve?
on the upcoming version, which, when's that coming out? Because every modder likes hearing that question.
Ha ha ha. Soon.
How may I serve?
Towards Christmas, we're hoping. That's what we're hoping. We try to release for Christmas, but you know what we like to say, Corey, as I'm sure you do. It's
How
done
may
when
I
it's done.
serve?
Alright, so we are taking on the Borg here as a
How may
4v1
I
strategy
serve?
going on. That's always fair. And what difficulty did you put it on, Bane?
Godlike? No, I'm joking. Hard.
How may I serve?
I'm pretty sure I'm closest to them right now.
I don't know.
Or one of the two.
It could
Not
be.
sure.
It could be in between me and Draconis. You never know. It could be near Zurme, but I mean, either way, we will help the player that is nearest.
Station complete.
That's the plan. But I
Alright,
just
so-
realised I have no money, so
Like I mentioned here, this will be going up on both Corey Loses and GB Gaming. From my perspective, obviously, it'll be on Corey Loses. I am playing as the Cardassians, and it'll be Bane's perspective on GB Gaming. And I forget who you were playing as.
I am
Romulans?
playing as the Romulans because they're just awesome.
Station complete.
Right. I have very little idea what I'm doing, so
I would suggest building scouts to scout things. And that's pretty much my best advice to you. But no, really, starting off like most things was starting off with research that improves your
Station
economy,
complete.
capturing more planets for the economy. But just a tip, Corey, don't capture a Class M world if it's close to you
Station
too quickly,
complete.
because that can kill your economy. Takes a lot to settle one of those.
I will keep that in mind. I think that is one of the things I did know.
It can be troublesome. I'm gonna be honest with you if you take it too early. And obviously, because I didn't put quick start on, building a capital yard to get your free capital
New
ship,
planet detected.
which I have
New
just done
planet
myself.
detected.
So have you played Armada 3 before, Corey? Is this your
Yeah,
first time?
What is the request?
I've played the mod a few times before. It just has been a couple months now since I've really sat down and played it,
Yeah.
which means I am that's forever in internet time. So it's
for the Empire.
It is a while. It is a while. How do
How
you
may I serve?
how do you find it in comparison?
Proceed,
Because obviously
Centurion.
capital ships in Star Trek are strong, but not as strong as say a Star Destroyer, for example.
We.
well,
have
I
the
usually go to
superior
mod database
firepower.
and then just in the top search bar there I'll type Armada 3, or I'll go into my
Our
notifications because
ships
there's
have
usually something in there as well.
Laying a course.
We have engaged.
See, because
the
you asked how
enemy.
do I find it, and I thought that would be a funny thing to say, but apparently not. So
It was reasonably funny. I should have
My
laughed.
life
I'm
is
sorry.
for the
I should
Empire.
remember that. I should laugh. Just automatically laugh. Just
Proceed.
no, I do
to
appreciate the petty
coordinates.
laughs, but I do like that it's easier to manage capital ships with the differences there. Star Wars, there's just so much shit going on that sometimes it's hard to tell what's your capital ship, what's your cruiser, and why anyone should really care.
yeah.
It's a lot more clear with Star Trek.
You know, a galaxy is awesome.
I'm
So I-
pretty certain it's either near me or Corey.
It could be. Have you seen a Borg? If you see a Borg scout cube, you know.
Think he's between Bane, or between Zurme and Corey.
Did I not send these scouts out to scout? I did not.
You need to make sure
New
they're set
planet
to
detected.
autocast, auto explore.
I am yours to command.
My life for the Empire.
Right.
There we go.
So I've cleared the starter planets around my world. I'm going to capture me first.
In my past playthroughs, I've usually played as the Romulans,
And why would you not?
We
Because
have
they're the best
successfully
race ever.
colonized.
right?
Absolutely, man.
Those
I would argue with that one, but okay.
Why would you want to play as the Federation?
Tis more brave to live than
Why
to
would you
die.
want to play as the Federation? Their ships aren't green and round. Well, they're round, but they're not typically green.
They're not typically green.
I
They're kind of
yours
like
to
all
command.
white and shiny. And
Proceed, Centurion.
Just because I don't like the colour green doesn't mean...
Proceed
never
to
mind.
coordinates.
Why
What do you
would
have against green?
Yeah.
What do you have against grey?
Is it grey or is it cream or is it white? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? This is a debate I think worth having. You know.
I just can't look at the Federation ships without thinking of that
Our research
that
is
episode where they
complete.
have the language based on metaphors. And that I can't do
Our
it.
research is complete.
It depends what metaphor you're thinking of there, doesn't it?
It's the Darmok and Jalad at Tenegra.
Yeah.
That episode
We have
was
engaged the
frustrating
enemy.
on so many levels.
You heard it here first. Corey gets frustrated with Star Trek. It's the Finn. So how is Ascendancy going? I should ask you that as we're playing a lot of free. But how is Ascendancy going, Corey?
Well, at the moment, I am mostly focusing on Imperial Civil War, so it is really just testing that we're doing for some of the stuff. The
Yeah.
biggest thing that's left is there's
Proceed
some
to
significant
coordinates.
expansions going on with the Empire of the Hand roster. In the past versions, the Empire of the Hand's ships
Our
have
research
essentially
is
been
complete.
able to do too much
Reinforcements
because
have
they had
arrived.
to do too much because there were too many gaps in their unit list,
Yeah.
especially with capital ships. So like you have the phalanx that can basically be a huge tank while putting out a ton of damage, when it's supposed to really just be a bit more fragile but still fairly powerful. And so there's like 2 or 3 new capital ships that we're putting into the next version that should alleviate a lot of that, and we can actually dedicate them to their specific roles and not have them be ready for every occasion. And that's going to be the biggest thing we have to do, is making up those designs, because it's a bit more time consuming than just creating things you have a reference for.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell ever how long it's going to take to come up with a design, at least when there is something you can know,
have the
okay,
superior
even if it's a really hard model, this is going to take me X amount of hours. But when making stuff up, it's just sitting there in max, staring at nothing and hoping that something comes out at some point.
I think that's the same thing that our guys are finding with, because they're obviously working on Infinity at the moment, and
Our
they're working on
research is
the
complete.
Enterprise era, and obviously you see certain ships from Enterprise like Romulan and Finns, and then it's kind of like also looking at things like faster designs from the 80s and going, actually, you know what we could do with trying to make up some ships,
Station
because they either look like terribly 80s
Right.
or way too modern. So it's like trying to come across between something that kind of works around, like even for like for even for TOS, it's quite like Romulan ships. What would they look like?
We have successfully
Found it.
colonized.
Apparently roughly cut out cardboard propped up against a wall.
Well, you know, the big joke was I found a Borg scout cube. That's nice for me.
It's near it, closer to me than Corey.
Oh, thank God.
New planet detected.
Not by much.
Oh yeah, it's only
Thank you.
it's only expanding really quickly. You know, it's fine. How do we want to play this? Do we want to try and bottleneck the Borg, or
Station complete.
What results in the least likely chance of me dying a horrific death?
really? It depends
Our
if the Borg
research
decides his
is
weakest and
complete.
wants to pick on.
So if I like whisper to them, like offering one of you guys up as a sacrifice, do you think they'll let me be assimilated?
Station complete.
I think they're just going to come for you no matter what. That's what Borg tend to do. In fact, I think they'll probably attack everyone equally. They seem to like that as well. If we point out that Draconis is the strongest of us all, then hopefully they'll leave the rest of us
Our
alone.
research is complete.
Well, they'll have to go through Zurme first.
That's right. We'll use Zurme as a scapegoat. Sorry, Zurme.
'Tis more brave
I don't know
to
if we
live.
necessarily.
I
have to
remember
go
this.
with that. If Zurme just doesn't expand past those next two planets there, Sebastia and Uniki,
Lay in a course.
Unic, you can just go through the two next to the sun and get directly to
Our
Draconis through there.
research is complete.
I don't know why I'm helping plan the Borg invasion, but
Just like help the Borg. Yeah, Borg, by the way, if you do this, you know, it's just incentivize you to not attack me, you know.
if I were a cyborg race bent on galactic domination, then
Station complete.
I would do this, not this.
Our research is complete.
I'm not sure they're bent on galactic domination necessarily as much as just improving their lot, like wanting to make themselves better. Apparently,
well, from my
Planetary
experience
research
watching
is
or
complete.
playing any sort of Star Trek thing, that typically just involves something in the way of galactic domination. Unless you're just saying it's incidental,
Our
which
research
I
it
mean,
just happens to be, yeah. So, you know,
I'm sure that's a huge comfort to all the people affected
Station
by the Borg
complete.
Yeah.
assimilation.
incidentally, you guys look cool, and we just kind of wanted your people to help us improve ourselves. So,
Our
but did you
ships
have to
have
conquer
arrived.
the entire race? Well, yes, because how could we be sure we got all the knowledge without taking your entire race under our wing? But like Star Wars, there's
have the
lots of
superior
canon in Star Trek
firepower.
that doesn't actually make sense. It's mainly the thought of like where they cut seasons short at the end. And they had to make it really dramatic. Let's like Voyager, just ruined everything.
Then
Free-
they have to write Will Wheaton out of the show for some reason.
Yeah.
What is an aceton assimilator going to do to me? I feel like it's not going to do anything, but
It
Station
just kind of
complete.
temporarily disables your ships, but I won't worry about it too much.
okay.
You'll be alright.
That's...
You're a big boy. You can handle it.
We lack the resources.
I've always liked all the little different independent groups. You never know who you're going to conquer.
It's nice. It's getting expanded in the new version, actually.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the pictures.
Yeah, it's going to be but basically
Our
the Final
research
Frontier
is
is our kind of
complete.
effort to kind of like really push Sins to its
Station
final
complete.
limits. I mean, it's not that we're not
It's
pushing
Final
Sins really.
Frontier.
Yeah, it's Final Frontier. See what I did there? Look at that. Whee! So basically, it's a massive overhaul of planets. We've added loads of planet textures in. We've changed the gravity well sizes and all kinds of things, which has kind of broken the game in some ways. But we hope to work proactively to make sure it still works. And lots of new
research
planetary
is
bonuses.
complete.
In fact, so many planetary bonuses. There's probably not necessarily to have that many, but you know what the heck. And quite game changing population sizes in some of the worlds as well. So there'll be worlds people will want to fight over. So that's the plan. And then there'll be maps that also that are designed for competitive play as well. So
And you are in a semi-open beta, at least. That right now, right?
Semi-open. That's been very controversial for us because people are like, oh, it's not an open beta. But I know you understand, Corey, because you use a similar system. It's very hard to have an open beta where you can still update files as you get feedback with Sins without using something like Git. So having Git in itself means people have to sign up and we have to add them to the Git. So it does require them to contact us. So it's as open as in the fact that we're not saying, right, you can't be a part of this. It's more to the point that we're saying, actually, you can be in the beta, but you're just going to have to jump through a few hoops to get there. And some people have been like, well, that's not a true open beta. And then we're like, well, it's as good as we can get.
Whenever we've done
Proceed,
betas, I don't know
Centurion.
if your experience has been similar. I'm sure it probably has, but there's always this strange lack of understanding that the point of the beta is actually to test the mod. And not just, this is a release and we're going to call it a beta because I don't know what they think the reasoning behind that would be, but they just assume that, well, it's out now and this is the final
We have
version and I don't need to
successfully
actually report
colonized.
anything. This is just here.
Yeah, I kind of like consoled myself to the fact that people were gonna sign up, because to be frank, half the team were
Our
unsure about
research is
doing it.
complete.
I think it was me more so that kind of pushed that side.
Tis
but,
more brave to live.
I think now that we've
than
kind of
to
settled
die.
on it, we've
Engage
agreed as a
engines.
team that that there are going to be a few that will sign up to open beta, not contribute anything, and
Proceed
just
to
try to get a new
coordinates.
version of the mod, which is fine.
Station
But
complete.
at the same time, they're going to have to understand that they're going to be sorely disappointed by the fact that at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is get ongoing feedback over the next sort of month to really make
Our
sure that
research
we're
is
following the
complete.
right track of what people expect from something like the Final Frontier.
I am
given its
yours to
name.
command.
Right.
And I
Proceed,
think that's always the
Centurion.
tricky bit is making sure people aren't
Engage
disappointed,
engines.
but also trying to make sure you get valuable feedback from a beta test. And it can be difficult, as you know.
Reinforcements have
like,
arrived.
people are also want to try the mod, but give some feedback, but then they give feedback
Right.
on things that aren't actually what you
Our
asked to give feedback
research
on.
is
Like,
complete.
we had one today saying, "Can you change the way
Station
the Borg
complete.
star bases work?" And we're like, "Well, we're kind of okay with where the Borg star bases are right now. It's thank you for your feedback, but we're not planning to change that at this time." And we get all the usual things like there's stuff that we haven't done, like, are you going to add the Sovereign X class from Star Trek Online? And we're like, we will not add Star Trek Online ships to the mod. Not because we don't like Star Trek Online, but just more because in our time zone, Star
Proceed
Trek Online
to
hasn't happened yet.
coordinates.
So,
Right.
it's not the future. It's now in the Dominion War.
Yeah, it happens with us a lot too, where we'll
Our
get
ships
suggestions
have
for like, oh, the
arrived.
Remnant used this ship class. The Pelion Star Destroyer was like, no, they used that like literally 40 to 100 years after the mod ends.
Station
Yeah, and I'm sure you
complete.
get all the requests to have like the use on Von put in and stuff like that as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see the organic race. And then I said this to I get on really well with Larvo, who you may know from the Sins community, does Sins Galactic Empire, and he's got the use of Von in it. And I did a playthrough for GB Gaming, and I did say to Larvo, I said, Larvo, I love your mod, but the use on Von ships, they are
Proceed
some of the
to
ugliest
coordinates.
models I've ever seen in a computer game ever. Full stop. It's just like horrible to look at. And he says, "Yeah, I agree with you, but people wanted the use of one, so I
am yours
get
to
it.
command.
I get it." Oh dear, but I mean, they were fun to play in the sense of like they like massively OP in terms of they heal themselves up as ships because
Station
they're organic,
complete.
but they just look so ugly, so ugly. So. But yeah, we're not going to add guys Star Trek Online ships in. I'm sorry, but we're not going to do it. So how are we doing? Everyone looks like they're getting loads of planets.
We
I'm
have
just
successfully
talking. I've
colonized.
only got 5 planets total now.
I've got 4. You're
I've only just captured my 5th one, I should say. I'm sure if I looked at Draconis, he's probably got about 15 or something silly by now. Is that right, Draconis?
No,
No,
I know. I'm just taking my time.
I am shocked.
I really should have gone to Lutetia here, but
I think I need to get Tomahawk in. That's what my next. I've not even got Tomahawk in it. How embarrassing,
right?
right? I absolutely should have a hero class in right now. Bane says,
Planetary
desperately trying to get
research is
a
complete.
Tomahawk in. That's the bit I keep forgetting. Romulans, I remind myself, Romulans aren't that good without the upgrades, Bane. You kind of need capital ships. That's the whole point. In this mod, if you don't have capital ships, you will
Our
die
research
horribly.
is complete. Station complete.
When do I get to pick who I want to be here?
You should be able to do it pretty early on in the tech tree. So it's in the combat tree.
Right.
A little suggestion.
Our research
When you start
is
seeing where the
complete.
Borg's coming through, they'll come through one system. Dump a starbase there.
Proceed to coordinates. Proceed to coordinates.
But then they might destroy it. Why wouldn't I put it somewhere safe?
No, you get
Planetary
your
research is
strongest
complete.
starbase, upgrade it to hell and high water, and then we
Our
all start doing
research
so,
is
and that,
complete.
hopefully the Borg stick there. That's what we've done in the past to stop them.
I'm pretty sure Corey was joking there.
We lack the resources.
Okay. Sorry.
Why would I build all these pretty ships
Shit,
and have a
what-
chance that they might get shot?
Why would you do that?
You're in the wrong mod then.
My life for the Empire.
We actually put an invulnerability buff on all of our ships in Ascendancy so that no one ever has to worry about their ships being destroyed or their feelings getting hurt.
Engaging thrusters.
So basically, no one can, you can never win at Ascendancy, is what you're
You can
saying.
never lose in Ascendancy.
And you can never lose, you can never win.
Until the New Republic, like, eventually culture
Planetary research
bombs you or
is
something, I don't know.
complete.
No, don't even joke about that. Again, going back to the other Star Wars one, it's His Galactic Empire. That actually happens. Like, I got culture bombed by the rebellion. There's nothing I could do. It was
Our
quite sad for
research
me.
is complete.
So I think culture is one of those things in Sins you have to try and get right. I think we've got a good balance now. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it can be overwhelming sometimes, culture.
Can I colonize this planet? The J class
Proceed
without
to
research?
coordinate. Station
I'm guessing J stands for Jupiter somehow.
J class. No, there's an actual. These are all Star Trek designations.
Yeah,
so
but I'm assuming the J came from
probably from
Jupiter.
It's a gas giant, isn't it? J. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've got a nice like bottleneck here at this like large Class K
Planetary
adaptable.
research
So
is
I feel
complete.
quite safe behind this if I can colonize it. Corey, you're not that far from me actually.
Not. I'm gonna leave you most of that little area down there, because you're gonna get choked up in the Draconis and Corey hug of death pretty soon.
That's right. I'm okay with this. Because
Well,
class
from your
K is going to be
perspective,
pretty
it's
good.
the Corey and Draconis meat shield. So
Absolutely. That's what I mean. I'm okay with this.
This little corner.
in the past, have you been doing like closed betas where you'd pick specific testers, or do you have a different system for that?
Generally, we tended to do betas where we would actually interview the people that were testing, so we could make sure that we were getting
Right.
in the kind of candidates, if you like, that we wanted. I mean, I will say it hasn't always worked out that way. You know, sometimes you people can give the good talk, as they say, and then not walk the walk.
Right.
So it has been hit or miss. But generally, I would say that we've been lucky to have some really fantastic beta testers. And to give you an example, and I'm sure you won't mind me embarrassing him, but at the moment we've got
Our research
a really
is
nice young
complete.
lad called Feekstar, who's one of our beta testers, and he's been so helpful. We've actually allowed him to come into some of the dev channels to actually talk with us on a lot of the decisions we
Station
make as well,
complete.
because he's been such a good giving us such
We
good feedback.
have the superior
And so,
firepower.
and you know, even I, Corey, right at the beginning, I actually started as a beta tester, believe it or not, for like a really early beta, pre the original release, even
Our
like
research is
0.95, when
complete.
it was just kind of goal and max. And I just said to them, "Yeah, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken, and this is broken," which at the time was Intrepid spam. It was for real, and they said, "Hey, do you want to help us develop this game?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll do that." And then, coincidentally, I think the same kind of happened with Draconis. You know, we released version 1, and Draconis here and a guy called LV
Our
actually
research
were
is
in a
complete.
community dev game with us, and they kicked mine and Max's ass. And we were playing Roms. We were like, we won't get defeated. They both
How
played
may I
Klingons
serve?
and showed us that the Negvar needed a little bit more tweaking. So Draconis agreed to join us shortly after that, which was good. And Zurme, I think you came on just a little bit after that, didn't you, from memory?
Yes, in the just roughly when CTA was released.
Yeah. So, and I feel since then we've been really blessed, really, by all the kind of work people have put into the mod and helped out with. So, you know, yeah, I would say beta testers that we have had, we've been very lucky. So.
Yeah, a few of our staff followed a similar trajectory, like Slorny, who's, I guess, I'd say, second most involved in like the planning for Imperial Civil War, at least. He started as a beta tester in like 2007, and now it's usually, as far as design meetings go, it'll be me and him that are planning like all the GC layouts.
Yeah.
So like gameplay mechanics, that'll be the entire team, but as far as people willing to dig through the lore that is the mess that is Star Wars lore, that's usually me and him that do that.
Yeah.
But we've
Planetary
a lot of the
research
team,
is
especially from the
complete.
coding side, it's usually more from there that you get beta testers rising through.
Which I think is good, isn't it? I think,
Station
again, it's
complete.
nice that you can have
Our research
that
is
kind of
complete.
level of sort of involvement from beta testers, that they're willing also to eventually join you in helping actually craft a computer game, you know?
Right. We've usually the way we've done it, whenever we've posted a... Wait a minute. These
Our
appear to
research
be
is
Borg ships that
complete.
are in my space. But usually when we've been picking testers, we'll do like an open call and then ask people to post. And in the thread, we'll usually say, like, if we've never heard from you before and the only post you've made between like Mod Database or
What is the
the
request?
forums or Facebook or anything is, I want to test, then you're very likely not going to get picked. We'll say
Yeah.
this directly in the top thing.
Our research
And
is complete.
it's caused some issues where people get upset, like, oh, well, being a beta tester shouldn't be based on how many posts you have. It's like, you're missing the point. We're just trying to make sure that you can give actual useful feedback, and I'm going to get killed by the Borg, and that wasn't really a very well-flowing sentence there.
Station complete.
I will.
We lack
I don't
the
have any
resources.
ships to lend you at the moment, unfortunately, to
Our
come rescue you.
research is complete.
When I said I liked the green ships earlier, this is not what I had in mind.
It's the wrong type of green ships, right?
Station complete.
Like I can actually get to you with, like, I can start sending ships down to help you in a minute. I don't really need to expand much more with
We lack the resources.
Does this look like a fight to you guys that
Our
I should...
research is complete.
the
bother
obelisks. You can take the
trying to-
obelisks. Yeah, you can beat the obelisks.
2 spheres though.
Is there spheres there as well?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
crap!
there's a
Run,
sphere, there's
run,
this Borg Queen...
and
cla-
yeah,
Matrix
run.
671,
How may I
yeah, I'm not-
serve?
run
I'm
very
not messing
fast.
with that. That's a
That-
hero, right?
Yeah, that's the queen. That is the queen. That's the queen. Why have they come for you?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I think I need to send.
yours to
Let me send
command.
my fleet
Our
over.
research is complete. Station complete.
I don't have much, but what I have, I will send. I think you're
How
going to
may
be
I
the
serve?
primary target. Sorry, Corey.
Oh, well.
You know, you did say you wanted to
Our
be the primary
research
target.
is complete.
I don't remember that being what I said exactly,
I'm
but...
pretty sure you said you wanted to be the one that faced
How
off
may I
against the Borg,
serve?
right? You wanted to be our meat shield. That was.
What is the request?
That's never gonna stand up in court, but...
I'm pretty guys. Didn't he say that? Didn't Corey say he wanted to take the honor of fighting?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
The honor?
The honor,
Am I
yeah.
playing as the Klingons now?
The honor.
I would say yes, but I heard it from you.
Oh right, you want me to? Oh,
My
I
life
see.
for the Empire.
Just put it all on the Bane.
My life for the Empire.
I was going to be really
Lay on
nice
the
then and
course.
actually send.
Some scouts to watch me die?
Oh damn it! He's got pyramids. Oh, there's a trapezoid as well. Oh damn it! Run!
I feel like I'm getting a full geometry lesson right now. I don't like it.
You're in. You actually have a lot of nasties. I need to get some ships over to you, and I'm going to send.
My life for the Empire.
Guys, can we start? We're going to need to start turtling in a second, I think.
Okay, I'm just getting my economy up. I'm about to start feeding.
Who's got the wormhole link to Corey's wormhole
Proceed
at Catland?
to coordinate.
Anyone?
I do. I was about to send some ships, but
If only I had invested anything
life
into
for the
my
Empire.
military research.
'Tis more brave to live
Yeah,
than
that's
to
a
die.
bit of advice I try to give to most players is that we find a lot of players just go for ships rather than actually going for
We lack the resources.
any kind of research. We're like, you really need to get some research, like low tier research up.
Yeah, I researched pretty
We
deep into
lack
my
the
civilian tree
resources.
because I
Yeah.
assumed I'd have
Time.
more time before I got completely assembled. Wait, my ships are getting out. We might lose this Rassalat. Yep, that's good. Dun, dun, dun,
Tis more brave to live
dun. Okay,
than to die.
gonna have to
Our
write some more
research
letters
is
to home.
complete.
Will they be pleased with just one planet?
I doubt it.
They're quite greedy.
We have the superior firepower.
I do
Proceed,
have all my
Centurion.
heroes right now, so
Our
I'll send the
research
fleet
is
over.
complete.
You have all your heroes. Is that what you just said?
yes.
So you're full tiered research already. Damn it! I need to stop talking and start concentrating. That's just embarrassing.
Gonna research some defense platforms and stuff.
I also,
I've got. I'm just getting my last tier 8 economy.
I'm also gonna send a
We
starbase
have
constructor
successfully
over.
colonized.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I've got an outpost constructor on its way. Mind you, saying that, I've had some really. I've got loads of asteroids around me everywhere.
Don't forget, put them next to each other and repairability first.
If
Yep.
I get a second Janissary for my second capital ship, am
Our
I gonna regret
research
that,
is
or should I
complete.
wait for a different?
My life.
I would
for
wait
the
for a
Empire.
different.
Proceed.
Have you
to
got your hero
coordinates.
yet? Have you got Golda Cut?
I do not.
I would get Golda Cut. That would be what I would do.
I need to get to, I believe, level 3. Do I need to declare for the Cardassian Union before I can do that?
How may I serve?
Yes. No, you can
Enter
get Golda
these
Cut no matter
coordinates.
what ratio, but you've got incoming
Okay.
enemies into your territory now. So, guys, if you've got a fleet, we need to get it
What
over
is the
to
request?
Corey ASAP.
Proceed to coordinates.
All of my Romulan knowledge is
Our
useless here.
research is complete.
Proceed to coordinates.
Station complete. Our research is complete.
Tis more brave to live than to die.
Do you want to pull your fleet away as quickly as you can? Take out the obelisks, actually, Corey, because they're going to bomb your world.
Calling this a fleet is fairly
Tis
generous
more
of you.
brave to live than to die.
What capital ship
And
should I go for
research is
if I want
complete.
to not die?
Well, any capital ship, to be fair, that's better than your world is taking damage. Right, Romulans are here to back you up.
Head to these coordinates.
Alright, so I should have Gull pretty soon. Or Gull Ducat.
How may I serve?
Our research is complete.
Proceed to coordinates. Tis more brave to live than to die.
Proceed to coordinates.
We've taken out one
What is the
bullship.
request?
There you go, Corey. Some money.
Thank you.
More brave to live than to die.
Tis more brave to live than to die.
I'm gonna start putting up some defense platforms here.
Yep, that sounds like a good idea.
They're running away.
Yeah, they will. They'll be back, though.
No, they won't. Peace in our time. Peace in our time.
Keep on praying, buddy.
Hey, the last time someone named Chamberlain
Our
said that, it worked out
research
well
is
for everyone.
complete.
Yeah, so well. So well.
I don't think I should have mentioned my last name in this content. Oh well.
Everyone knows who you are now.
Last time that happened, my information ended up on Craigslist.
And everybody wanted to be your friend. Claim to
We
fame.
lack the resources.
Alright, so we're fairly confident they're going to attack here again then, I'm assuming.
We will see. We're gonna try, I think, and I'm gonna send
have
a
the
cloaked
superior
vessel.
firepower.
I'm just gonna cloak one of my
Our
ships
research is
and
complete.
send them over to the large
Enter
L
these
to see what's
coordinates.
actually happening over there. So here I go. That's the great thing about being Romulan, is I can cloak and go
How
check.
may I serve? Proceed, Centurion.
'Tis more brave to live than to die.
So off goes my cloak ship. We've got Klingons here to back us up now as well. A large Klingon
Planetary
force.
research is complete.
Always trusting the Klingons.
Alright, I believe I have Gull. There we go.
Proceed to coordinates.
There's the Queen has turned up where the Klingons are. Behind you, Rick. Behind you.
Oh.
The Queen is
Station
in Corey's other
complete.
world.
I am yours to command.
Our ships have arrived.
Right, they've actually not taken the Class L. I think they've gone
Proceed,
around.
Centurion.
We have the superior
Might want to check
firepower.
Titya.
'Tis more brave to live than to die.
I'm going to build another set of defense platforms at this world too. I don't think they're going to be able to stop a significant attack at this point, but
Planetary
okay, I'll get a
research
Keldon
is
and I
complete.
will choose my loyalty.
Right,
What is
found
the
a Borg
request?
system. Yeah, they're expanding
these
towards
coordinates.
your other avenue.
Station complete.
How may I serve?
Come on, Hawk. You need to get out there before they track you.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Entering
We lack the resources.
That's the one. Come on, research. Go quicker.
Oh shit.
My life for the Empire.
What's the matter, Zoe?
I got a trapezoid
Ooh. That's bad for you.
and a pyramid.
That's definitely bad for you. That means they're now attacking you.
I just tried to
Proceed
give an order to one of Bane's
coordinates.
ships. That's probably not going to work out for me.
No, I'm going
We
to pull my
have
fleet
the
out of that
superior
system and
firepower.
head over to assist Draconis, because we've got some star bases going up now. Well, I've got an outpost. Rick's got a star base.
Planetary research is complete.
I'm going to get the threat detection research.
I am yours to command.
There's a queen and
Proceed
a
to
trapezoid
coordinates.
over in the class Shattered. They've taken
Engage
Shattered.
engines. Proceed, Centurion.
I'm going to just drop down to the wormhole. My antimatter's running low, so they may
Reinforcements
actually
have arrived.
find me on a minute.
My life for the Empire.
I really should have researched more frigate prototypes than I did, but
Our research is complete.
Yeah, really, you need to get up to
Proceed
like
to
Norins,
coordinates.
etc. Because you're playing Cardassian Union, aren't you?
yep.
Yeah, you want to get Norins
We
and
lack the
things like that,
resources.
really.
They're turning around for the moment.
That's it, Zurme. You hold them off on the other flank. I'm thinking of you, buddy.
Station complete.
I'm right there with you, but not actually there with you.
Giving you moral support, the least
That's
useful
right.
kind of support.
Research is complete.
I like to think I'm being helpful.
I'm engaging the Borg.
You're engaging. See that this is what I mean. Draconis is already there. He's like, I've got this. Don't you worry. We have engaged the Borg.
Our research is complete.
My life for the Empire.
Oh, there's a lot of Borg shit there. Not that it matters to Draconis because I just saw a really big explosion, so I think they just lost their capital ship.
They've got probes coming in too. There's some
Tis
green
more
going on
brave
in
to
this.
live than to die.
Station complete.
Proceed.
'Tis more brave to live.
So
than
how
to
much of the
die.
factions is based on, this is probably not the right time to bring this up, but how much of the factions is based on in-universe
yours
stuff
to
versus
command.
having to be designed by you guys or from third parties?
A lot of the ships that we use are from other Star Trek computer games that are made in the past, so like Bridge Commander and Star Trek Armada itself, because we wanted Armada 3 to be the spiritual
Our
successor to
research
Armada
is
1 and 2.
complete.
So a lot of the ships came from that.
The numbers check out.
Yeah, I think really the main
Station
races
complete.
we've had to kind of fudge ships for are the Dominion and the Cardassians. So some are actually like concepts from Armada 2, and some we've changed the design slightly. So, but generally a lot of it is from other computer games. So, and to the point that we are also recreating a lot of stuff that was in the series that you don't see in many computer games. So, for
Right.
example, something I can
Treachery will get you
give you a bit of an
everywhere.
excuse on is we have actually
We
today
are the superior race.
implemented the
New
Echo Papa drone,
coordinates.
which was seen in the episode where Picard is injured
Station complete.
and Crusher is looking after him, and it was like a weapons testing sales kind of
Inform the
exercise
Senate
by a
that
long dead
victory will
race.
soon be ours.
And there were these drones that spawned and attacked the Enterprise. So we've actually created that drone as a random
Treachery
event
will get you
for
everywhere.
the Final Frontier. So,
Okay.
and that's not even gone up as a screenshot yet. So that's just for you, Corey. There you go.
I feel so
we are
special.
the superior
You
race.
should. But we've tried
Our
to. I think the
research
big
is
thing we took was when we
complete.
released the first version, we had some quite prominent YouTubers review it. So we had like Total Biscuit do a review, and Angry Joe and people like that, and Nerd Cubed. And we took a
Right.
lot of their feedback, and they said a lot of the races felt samey. So for
Proceed.
Call to Arms, we tried to diversify the race, so they're actually all played slightly differently. So I'm quite proud, as I'm sure Draconis and Zurme
Treachery
are,
will
but
get you
I think the biggest one
everywhere.
actually is probably the Romulans and the Borg and how they
Our
changed.
ships have
Because they didn't get a lot of love in the version 1, and I was kind of like wished I could have done more with them. Because I kind of had to like do a lot of the abilities for the Borg and the Romulans in the version 1 on my
Inform the
own.
Senate that victory will
And as
soon
you know,
be
that's
ours.
quite a lot of work when you're
Right.
doing factions. So when we had a bigger team, we kind of looked at
Inform the Senate
really
that victory will soon
sort of
be
making
ours.
each faction unique. So obviously the thing with the Romulans is they just get this massive amount of capital ships in comparison to the other factions. But to restore that balance, what we've done is we've actually made their cruisers a lot weaker. So they're about 20% weaker on average, their cruisers, than the other factions. That doesn't mean they're terrible, but it means you need to focus on utilising that capital ship advantage where you can. And the Borg, well, the Borg just didn't feel right at all really from the off. So we've tried to just really make them feel like the Borg from TNG.
We have engaged the enemy.
And so we removed in version 1 they actually had shields. We've actually got
We
rid of their
lack the
shields. So
resources.
they're pretty much hull tankers in this
Our
game,
research is complete.
which is something quite unique to them.
Well, the Borg, there's kind of a choice you have to make there, whether you want them to be
We
a
have the superior firepower.
sort of representation of what they would be in universe, where there's
Reinforcements
this
have
giant
arrived.
galactic threat, which is what we're fighting against right now, versus
We
something that
cannot,
fits
Commander.
in about the same with the other factions, or
We are the
is
superior
balanced that way. So
race.
Yeah.
New
I
coordinates.
think this is something that I've talked to you
Our
and
research is complete.
Gull about before, but did you have any changes in direction where you wanted to go with that recently, or? Because I do know
with
there
the
was
Borg
something that you said
specifically.
about having one version that's one and one version that's sort
So-
of the other way.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Goal has talked about doing a mini sub mod with working with Draconis here, because Draconis already has a sub mod that makes the Borg a little bit harder, I believe. Isn't that right, Draconis?
are the
My sub
superior
mod is
race.
basically for the player, so that the player can feel like the actual Borg are
We
the
have
released version of
successfully
STA3 right now.
colonized.
Which is stupidly powerful.
Yes.
So yeah, I think Goals
cannot,
one is
Commander.
more about sort of giving
Enemy ships
an easier
arrived.
version of the sort of Borg faction, because a lot of people complain that the Borg are
Reinforcements
way
have
too
arrived.
difficult.
Right.
And so all it would be really is a case of changing the way the AI files work, not necessarily changing the faction massively, because in this we have hidden research for each AI faction that players can't see or research, but basically gives the AI extra ship slots, etc.
Our
etc.
research is complete.
And we felt we had to do that because the AI in Sins, as I'm sure you're aware, isn't the best like most
Right.
games. So I think, and again, this is all really again down to
Planetary
Draconis'
research is
work on the AI. I think we've kind of got the Sins AI to the best point it can be, because stock Sins is obsessed with certain ship types, as you know. So it loves carriers, it loves planetary bombers, things like that. So
Our
we've had to
research is
sort of
complete.
implant codes into a lot of our ships
Proceed.
to make the AI build certain types of ship. So, for example, I can't remember what you did, Draconis, but you did something to Defiant to make it build more Defiance, for example, didn't you?
Yeah, I basically put a tag on it that the AI likes to build, so I kind of switched things around. But I did some other things with the AI in the background,
So
Like-
we tweaked a lot,
Our
haven't we?
research
like
is
AI only
complete.
ships for certain things.
Yeah, one of the things that's quite unique to that we added in the Call to Arms was this whole premise of base defences and outposts and star bases being sieged by siege vessels. So you have this kind of like big powerful artillery ships that are kind of glass cannons, and you can put them in siege mode obviously to do massive amounts of damage to the star bases to take them out quickly. But the problem with that is the AI don't have that in the stock game, so they don't really know how to use the siege
Right.
ships properly. So there's
Our
actually
research
Actually,
is
they do have it
complete.
in the stock game, like the anti-module ships, but
yeah.
the problem was if you put the tag on it, it cannot target ships. But the way
Yeah.
we use it, we use ships that can, like all our ships can target ships. So the players can just use the, for example, the New Orleans, which is the Federation ship. They can target ships, but they can manual target like modules. But the AI doesn't know how to use it, so we made a specific AI ship.
They're very much only targets
Yeah.
star bases, and so it's we've had to do little tweaks just to make it work, but it's been worthwhile.
Our research is complete.
Who wants money?
I'm good for money, thank you. I'm actually just trying to get some
Reinforcements have arrived.
more ministries up.
We cannot build
I've got
there.
6 of 9 here.
7 of 9. Oh, there's a tack cube. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. We need to get back, Rick, because there's a tactical cube attacking.
Our research is complete.
Oh, joy.
I've been unable to get a starbase as
We
of
lack
yet,
the
so
resources.
Yeah, we're gonna send a fleet your way now.
We are the superior race.
Proceed to coordinates.
Treachery will get you
So
everywhere.
I'm not helping much more, but I'm covering the other side because they're attacking me as
Station
well.
complete.
Oh, they're pushing into my direction also.
This is when the Borg become
Our
problematic.
ships have arrived.
I'm building a Titan though. Or did I already?
We lack the resources. Reinforcements have arrived. We lack the
Alright, I'm going to try to
resources.
get a constructor going.
Proceed.
We have engaged the enemy.
But the Borg sort of do have a similar design problem as far as like the ideas you have to tackle as the Yuzon Vong sort of do in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where it's like individually they're these things that are supposed to be extremely powerful, but they're also supposed to be overwhelming the galaxy. So it's a bit hard to make a decision that everyone's going to be happy with because
Station complete.
some people want that threat that's super hard to play against, but then other people want to play as them, and then you sort of have to balance around.
Yeah, we kind of had it for the last couple of years where people have said to us, well, look,
Our
we want the Borg.
research is
Look, you can't
complete.
choose. The big bugbear people is that they can't choose
Proceed
random as a
to
faction
coordinates.
because they choose
Right.
they allow random in. Then the Borg might turn up, and then they just get, they get crapped on. And we kind of say to people, well, yeah, okay,
Our
you might want to choose
research
a
is
random race to
complete.
fight against, but to be fair, roll a dice or something on your desk, that works just as well. But I
Our
think
research
the thing
is
is with the Borg
complete.
is, I feel we set out with the premise that the Borg were always going to be like a god mode for this mod, and we've always been
Right.
clear about that direction. We've never lied about that.
Reinforcements
We
have
said
arrived.
the Borg are going to be the challenge mode because we wanted to
Proceed.
do something different as a mod when we came up with
What is the request?
kind of the idea of
Proceed
making
to coordinates.
this particular mod, and
Our
we said
research
this
is
is what we want to
complete.
do.
We
And the whole
cannot
design
build
philosophy
there.
has been that there'll be this
Our
really tough
research is
multiplayer faction that people could team up against.
Right.
Proceed to coordinates.
And we've had people that have posted where they've actually
Reinforcements have
defeated it
arrived.
first as a team against a godlike Borg, and we were pretty impressed with that. And then we had a couple of guys that have actually
Reinforcements have
completed
arrived.
the whole challenge, the hardest difficulty, on their own, which again was pretty impressive.
Our research
And we
is
first of all
complete.
thought, well, maybe they've exploited something, but actually it turns out
We
that
are
they
the
literally
superior race.
spent hours just like doing a defensive action, trying to hold the Borg off, and battled their way out of it. To the point, I think someone spent like 4 days playing a Borg ultimate
more
kind
brave
of,
to live
difficulty to just
than to
win
die.
through, which is quite impressive to us. So, I think because we knew we wanted that kind of challenge for people, we've been quite good about sticking to it and not bowing to peer pressure from people, because I think that's always the hard choice. Is like, you could just say, all right, do you know what, everyone's moaning now and we're going to change it, but we've kind of stuck to our guns.
Ward
and I think
signatures detected.
I think the mod's the better for it, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Enemy ships have arrived.
I've always loved that aspect of it, so I'm glad you didn't band on that. Do I
Yeah.
want the Mona, the Stardock? No, that sounds less defensive.
You want the Starbase, which is the Monad, yeah.
I might have to retreat to help the other front.
We have the
Okay,
superior
I can handle
firepower.
this if you want to stay, if you want to
We
head off.
have the superior firepower.
I'm getting into, basically I've done the thing of Romulan turtling, so I'll be getting into Starship build mode now. AKA building a gigantic capital fleet.
Where is that research?
We are the Borg.
My life for the Empire.
What research are you looking for?
For the dock there.
So it should be under your, I can't remember what it's called on the Cardassians now, but you should have like a defensive tree.
Right.
And you should see one you should see like your outpost will be down further down, and you should see the starbase further up. So you should have one like outpost construction, and starbase
Yeah, I've
construction.
got the Mural class constructor
We
here. and I'm
lack
just
the
trying to figure out
resources.
which one of these techs off of it is doing what I want it to do. But I can't find it.
Our research is
I might just not have the
Right, prior technology.
Rex here. I can't build any more research facilities because the Borg decided I didn't get to expand anymore, which was...
Right, so there's still a planet behind you called Icarian that you could take, which I will go clear for you in a second with my other fleet.
Our research is complete.
Actually, I think since that tactical heat's almost done, I can take my leftover ships and I'll be there, and I'll be there.
'Tis more brave to live than to die.
And I just got a message from Goal saying, I'm finally home.
We can get him in on the next mod we do.
The next playthrough.
Yep. Bane, could you push
Reinforcements have arrived.
Antioch
Push onto...
so we can make a line, defensive line?
You want me to push Antioch, did you say? Yeah, okay, I can head that way. I think
My
now that
life
you
for
got
the
the
Empire.
Hello,
first goal-
gentlemen.
Hello, Goal.
Hello.
Hey, Goal.
Hey, Cole.
Ladies and
Honeys,
gentlemen,
I'm home.
Goal is here joining us in the
My
recording.
crew is ready.
My apologies for the lateness. Have you already begun your match?
We have, unfortunately.
Oh, most upsetting.
We cannot, Commander.
So what mod you playing?
We're playing Armada 3.
Ah, who wants to do that?
Warbird reporting.
We're having a good chat
Station
about
complete.
design decisions in Armada 3. We just had a
We
chat
lack
about the
the
Borg.
resources.
We actually made decisions.
Proceed.
I believe so.
Enemy
Ah.
ships have
We were going to
arrived.
talk about the Thrawn's Revenge method of putting up a nice dartboard and then whatever it lands on we do. I don't know if you guys
like
have ever
it.
tried that, but it's a pretty good method. It's worked out well for us so far.
It's did a couple of darts land in the Praetor at the same time?
Engage engines.
Well, we needed the Pentastar alignment to have a ship that could put out damage, so...
Swiftly and
Mind you, it's certainly not prevalent in Ascendancy, is it? In the same way.
We did... It's still
Proceed to
way
coordinates.
overtuned for what we want, I think, but when we were testing for the first release with...
Station complete.
it was before the Pentastar alignment was
Proceed.
even in. Before the mod... Even the first release of the mod was released.
Proceed to coordinates.
There was me and two other devs that did just a test that we recorded, and one of them just figured out that if he built Praetors, he would win. Praetors and
I think-
nothing else.
I do think that's happened to us on several occasions with various different ships. It happened to us with our scouts at one point, the Nova Scouts. Progressed to, I think, quite some time ago, the Intrepids were way overpowered.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There will probably been other instances that I haven't noticed.
I think it's pretty okay right now.
That's good. I like that. Is that because you don't let me do any balancing anymore?
Complete.
I think
That-
that's
that
because we
must
don't
be
let Max do any balancing, ever. Again.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Proceed to coordinates.
Yeah, Max, he certainly has a good time when he puts ships in, because, of course, Max will create the ship and then he'll actually put it directly into the game, which is quite useful from a, I suppose, from a development standpoint. But his balancing is, well, I don't think it happens, does it? Really, he just kind of puts a load of values in and whoop, off it goes.
I can respect
I like-
that.
I like to cry sometimes about it.
Station complete.
I'm just trying to think of some of the specifics that
Recently,
we've had.
We
Yeah.
the
have the
ISS
superior
Imperator.
firepower.
The
yeah.
Imperator, yeah.
we had to talk to him to actually scale it back a bit.
No, I
A
scaled
bit.
it back because it was 10 times as strong as it is now.
I think we've had some fairly good feedback on that from the beta testers, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
My crew.
Kind of, they've given us various different fleet compositions, which seem to be quite reasonable,
Reinforcements have arrived.
which have beaten it.
Warbird reporting.
Yeah, it seems like a
My
pretty
crew
good spot
is
right
ready.
now.
Good stuff.
Lie in the shadows.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
can
beautiful
like
ship as well.
can also give it like
Our
some
research
interesting
is
abilities
complete.
to make the fight more interesting.
Absolutely.
Why
So
did
catch
they
me
own
up,
this
guys.
planet?
Station complete.
Who's everybody playing as?
So Corey is playing as the
Station
Cardassians
complete.
in your honour.
Magnificent.
I use glorious.
I am playing as the Romulans.
Okay.
Could you have guessed any
Station
other option for me?
I really thought you were going to go with the Tellarians.
Yeah, I did try the Tellarians, to be fair.
Red alert.
Draconis?
Starship is complete.
Well, only Klingons were left, so.
Okay, so Zurme's got the feds.
Uh-huh.
Okay, nice. I kind of, in some ways, I feel sorry for Corey because of the speed of the Cardassians. It drives me up the wall. I love playing as the Cardassians because they're so tanky, but oh my god, they're slow.
Well,
Swiftly
luckily the
and
Borg also
silently.
felt that for me, so they came directly to me, and they reduced that as a
Our
problem.
research is
So,
complete.
I think Zerme's getting the
We
same
lack
treatment
the
over there.
resources.
I'm pushing them back.
Oh well, aren't you?
Reinforcements have arrived.
Must be nice. I'm basically only alive by the grace of Draconis and Bane.
That's how
Oh.
it works.
Oh dear, they've taken that world behind you. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how they got here.
Our research is
I'm going to read.
complete.
You've got some Klingon help coming your way.
Proceed.
They don't seem to
Don't
have
bet
too
your
much
help
here.
to me up north. I'm alright down here.
I need more ships. That's what I do now.
There's ships everywhere.
Our research is complete.